Good morning, I'm Fadila Aprilia, will bring you status currently still the talk of many countries, namely the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and Russia attacked a train station in Ukraine, but Russia denied any such attack. So, Ukrainian officials say 10 humanitarian corridors to evacuate people from regions being besieged by Russian forces have been agreed for today, Saturday. The routes include one for civilians to escape from the devastated southern city of Mariupol. It's as Russia believed to have reorganized its military leadership in Ukraine, giving overall charge to General Alexander Dvornikov, who Western officials say has extensive experience of Russian operation in Syria. Meanwhile, President Zelensky has called for a firm global response to Friday's missile strike on a railway in the eastern city of Kramatorsk, which killed 52 people, but Russia denied it was to blame for the attack. Civilians said from the time and shadow of trees, the missiles was not from the east, more of west, maybe southwest. A building near the station also showed such a scatter pattern along the side, near a bigger hole created in the wall. Washington Post reporters who were on the scene very soon after the strike were told by witnesses that they had heard an initial explosion followed by about 4 to 5 blasts. The sound pattern is consistent with that of a cluster bomb. Remains of a Soviet-era Toska-U missiles were found in the aftermath of the attack. It's a short-range single warhead ballistic missile that can be fit with a cluster warhead that carries 50 bomblets, which can detonate upon impact. As reported by our reporter, he said they were trying to escape the conflict as Russia stepped up its offensive in the east of Ukraine. People already packed into this train in the Kramatorsk in the hope of traveling to safety when the missile struck. One of the civilians said, "Why should we civilians who received this in from Russia?" The incident at the train station Ukraine, they saw a terrible sight and people running, screaming, crying, praying. It was scary. There was panic everywhere. Cars were exploding. President Volodymyr Zelensky has said he wants a top global response after a deadly missile strike on a railway station in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kramatorsk. And its Russia war may end in victory for freedom. Jen Psaki, as a White House press secretary, said that target the Russian is civilians and they have called the range to investigate and supporting what has happened there. Until now, Russia still denies that missile attacked it. Kramatorsk mayor said thousands were at the station waiting to be evacuated a couple of days now. There has been warnings by Ukrainians telling people to evacuate to escape from the Donbas region as soon as they can. Officials say a Russian general with extensive experience in Syria has been put in charge of Moscow operation in Ukraine. Recording from correspondent Emma Fardi, General Dvornikov commanded Russian forces in Syria. It's being taken to mean really that Russian units want to work together better, because most Western analysts will say, look, Russia wasn't able to achieve objective in the early days of the conflict surrounding Kiev, but was never able to topple the Ukrainian government. It was never able to take the capital city, and Russian units suffered many losses, so it's expected that its general will be put in charge of making Russian units work together more cohesively. In another chance, President Zelensky has also been talking to CBS News in the United States in his visit to Bacha and his address to the United Nations Security Council, and he said that they defending the ability of a person to live in the modern world and defending Western value. He always say, what are Western value someone will live in the United States or Europe? Do they not like children? Do they not want their children to go to university? Do they not want their grandfather to live for 100 years? We have the same value. We are defending the right to live. I never thought this was right. So costly. This is all about human value, so that Russia doesn't choose what we should do and how I'm using my rights. That rights was given to me by God and my parent. This is a video clip after the incident.
They were trying to escape the conflict as Russia steps up its offensive in the east of Ukraine. People already packed onto this train in Kramatorsk in the hope of travelling to safety when the missiles struck.
What did we do to the Russians to deserve this? We are civilians.
Described by Ukraine as another war crime by Russia. Russia has denied any involvement, saying no missions were planned in that area at the time. But the Ukrainian president says it shows the need for greater international support for his country.
Finally, I'm and all of crew say have a wonderful day. See you next time and bye bye.